My name is ZhiWei. I used to be a hydraulic engineer in China. I came to Belgium in 1986. I made my master's study in agricultural faculty of K11, and I made my PhD study in the computer science of K11. So after that, I joined a very famous IT company, work until now. So in my spare time, I'm also creating a community to promote the relationship between China and Europe. And that association is called Associated Center for Eurozone for Innovation and Entrepreneurship.
Dear Mr. Song, thank you very much for joining us as we celebrate the 50th anniversary of diplomatic relations between EU and China. And we are producing a short documentary to highlight achievements in EU and China cooperation. We look forward to your insights.
Thank you very much for inviting me. I will be very delighted to do my best.
Yes. And how did you first become involved in science and technology exchange in EU and China cooperation? And what were some of the main challenges?
Yeah, I came to Belgium 1986. That's pretty long time ago. And so I came to study. And as we are here, we are always trying to find a group of people to talk. So we have formed a kind of professional organization for the Chinese scholars like myself. And after that, in the beginning, it was really a group of people to talk to each other, to celebrate something. So I call it really a group of people just to stick together. And later on, when we see the development of the relationship between China and Europe, especially in 1975, the two parts has set up the diplomatic relationship. And then we see a lot of things going up economically, and also on the science and technology part as well. So more and more collaborations, and more and more people are coming in, and also the European people going to China. So with this, we feel that we have a very unique position that we could do something between the two continents. Because I was born in China and stayed in Belgium for so long, so we have the advantage that we know the two cultures quite well, and we are practically speaking actually living in Europe, so we are living inside the culture. So because of that, then we feel we have a sort of responsibility and to contribute and to make the relationship better, to do whatever we could do. Actually, that's the initial idea why we step into this.
And in your experience, what do you see as the most significant achievement in China-Europe science and technology cooperation?
Yeah, I think on the science and technology collaboration, there are many areas that actually China and Europe are collaborating together, like in the space program, and also in agriculture, and now, of course, with let's say new energy, new source of energy, and with the e-mobile, with solar panel, all of this. So there are really quite a lot of collaboration. Before, we have nearly all the areas. I think China and Europe has set up collaboration either on university level, or on country level, or on province level. So we can make a list of we can make a long list of those collaborations. So you can see the development of the relationship is really going up after the establishment of the diplomatic relationship since 1975.
And beyond official government level and cooperation, what role have the civil society and associations played in promoting EU-China cooperation?
For me, I think at the end of the day, when the two continents can work together, they are all everything is depending on people. If people know each other well, they can do things much more efficient. Of course, the government collaboration, that's very important to set up the guidance and to give us a direction from both sides, from Europe and from China. But nevertheless, I believe whether those guidelines, those let's say ideas can be realized or not, is very much dependent on the people. So from that point of view, I would say the non-official or the non-government organization play an important role. The role that we play as an association, for example, we can set up a platform to make people to be connected through conference, through discussion, through cultural activities. All of this will make people feeling comfortable to each other. And because actually that set up the foundation for trust. And on top of the trust, then you can do a lot of things much more easier. That's why we say association like us, actually we are playing, I would say, the glue, especially on the people level, and to make them to have more trust to each other. And that will support, of course, the policy of EU and China as well.
And with increasing exchanges between young scientists and European and Chinese universities or research institutions, how significant is this talent bridge for future scientific cooperation?
Yeah, I think since 1975, the collaboration on economic and trade between China and Europe has been, as we said, has really going up quite a lot. But we also feel and we also realize, I think both from Europe, from China, the future is in the hands of young people. And so if we don't invest in them, we could have a very good trading relationship, for example, but that one cannot last for too long. So that means investing on young people and to be connected, that's even more important. And so that's why I think both European, let's say EU and China has making a lot of this type of platforms. One of the typical platform is the World Young Scientists Summit. The World Young Scientists Summit European events, and started from 2022. It was initiated by China Association for Science and Technology and Zhejiang province. And actually in Europe, we get support from more than 20 organizations, including universities, research institutions, and also associations, and also companies and investment group. So they are supporting this kind of initiative, because we believe when we both can support the development of the careers for young people, and if we can support for the startups of the young people, and that will make the tie that will make the relationship even more closer, even tighter. So this WYSS European event is so far we say quite successful because of the scope, let's say because of the range of the participation from let's say the different organizations, especially in Europe, and also we see young people benefit from this, and we also see industry people and the investment people, they like this kind of events, and they say this is really, we bring together the researchers, the startups, and the investors and the industry together.
And looking ahead to the 50 years, and in which technology domain do you most anticipate EU-China cooperation breakthroughs, and what policies recommendations do you make?
Yeah, I think now we are facing this climate challenges. That's actually is not only for Europe or for China, it's globally, it's for the whole world. So I think collaboration in this field has been seen by the European government and Chinese government as a top priority. So this is one of the areas we say we will see a lot of collaborations will be coming up, and also on the digital, let's say digital economy, because everything now in this century we are entering into the digital world. So a lot of things need to be digitalized. I think China and Europe both has their strengths let's say, to contribute to this field. So I personally believe the collaboration in this field will be growing up as well, because Europe is very strong in regulations, while the Chinese has a very good sense of applications and also the population of the people. So these two can really be complemented to each other. So this is another field that I think it will grow. And also the agriculture. I mean, China is a big country, and agriculture is important. And actually, we have developed quite a lot. But still, a lot of European technology in this area can help China to continue or to even enhance further to our agriculture, sectors. So I think this will be certainly another areas of collaboration. And of course, for the renewable energy, this will be another areas. So we have for example, in the car industry, we have the European, famous brand, and they are very much appreciated by the Chinese people. And of course, with the Chinese technology on batteries, and the two can come together to work together, make better cars with a great brand and also with a great technology. I think that certainly will stimulate the attention or the needs of people from China and from Europe. And of course, in Europe, we already see the countries are putting a lot of energy and effort to support, the renewable energy, especially in car industry. So I think there will be another areas of collaboration in the future. And the other one would be, I would say, in the low altitude economy. So China has very recently opened up in that area, and China considered that one as the next economical growing points, while Europe has been already, in this area for many years. So they have a lot of experiences in regulations, in technology, in applications. So certainly these two coming together, we think can benefit from each other, can support the Chinese economical development, especially growth, while at the same time, I think for European, enterprises, they could find better application, areas in China. So this will be again another areas, and also the Chinese living standard has gone up. So many people start to enjoy the luxury goods. I mean, the jewelries for the ladies, and the wine, the beers for many people. But this is again a strong point from Europe. So they have a tradition in those areas. So that's tradition, and the needs of the Chinese people want to have a better life. These two being connected, I think it will be great. Another, I would say, collaboration points, and also economical, growing points. I can continue, but I think those are for me the very important areas. I think nearly everybody agrees on that. From the voice of EU and China, I think they also say the same thing.
Thanks for your big contribution, and thanks for your valuable insights. And finally, shall we ask you to share a short message or mark the 50th anniversary of EU and China relationship?
Yeah, so as I said, I think the EU-China relationship, of course, depending on the government, but very importantly, depending on people, and of course, on the young people. So I would say for the next 50 years, we hope that eventually the relationship between EU and China are so close. Of course, we need the official, government from both sides to support. But at the end of the day, we want to say the people are connected. One idea, for example, in a conference, can make great collaboration between China and Europe. And one collaboration between, for example, a university in Beijing and a university in Brussels. And this collaboration can bring additional economical growth for the industry, both from China and Europe. So my point is that in the next 50 years, I really hope that the exchange among people will make the EU-China relationship a sustainable relationship, and more importantly, it's a real collaboration. I say the foot will be on the ground, so we can see a lot of substantial, concrete collaboration beneficial for people from both sides. As we mark the 50th anniversary of EU-China relationship, I think we should not only to reflect the past, we should also recommit to the future. I think we should build more bridges for EU and China to have more channels to be connected, and we together, we should make a better world. And we also should give a lot of attention to our young people, because they are the future, and they are already contributing to the relationship between EU and China. And I think they will play even more important role in the future. So let's do that together, making a better world for all the people around the globe.